Welcome to Smart Income Masters. Our whole goal here is simple, helping you make money smarter. If you're looking for those new opportunities, maybe figuring out how to use skills you already have for, financial gain, make sure you hit subscribe right now. You don't want to miss these deep dives. Today, we are digging into a really fascinating new report. This thing has identified the 10 fastest growing side hustles for 2025. And it's not just guesswork. It's based on a significant rise in Google search volume for these specific things over the last 3 years. So, real data. Some of these. Yeah, they're probably going to surprise you. Okay, let's unpack this. Let's see what made the list and, importantly, what it means for you.
Yeah, it's a compelling list. It really gives you a window into where people's heads are at,
Yeah.
what they're curious about, where the demand might be shifting. That search volume, it's a powerful signal. Shows where folks are actively looking for solutions or maybe new ways to earn. That's super valuable if you're thinking about starting something.
Absolutely. So, kicking things off, number one on this fast-growing list, mobile car wash service. Sounds kind of traditional, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
But the jump in popularity, especially for detailing, it's pretty remarkable.
It really is. And what's insightful, I think, is how it taps into a couple of big shifts. One is convenience. People pay a premium for that now. And the other is, well, we got pretty comfortable with services coming to our homes, didn't we? When you actually look locally, the competition is often surprisingly light. You might see one big player with, say, 40-something reviews. But then the others, maybe 12 reviews, maybe 2. It's often not saturated.
Huh. Why do you think that is?
Well, maybe people assume the overhead is high or it's just, hard work. So a smart operator can get in there. And for the customer, having someone come to you, that feels like a luxury. We heard this story, actually. One person cleared $1,000 in one day, just 3 customers.
Wow, $1,000.
Yeah, charging like $300 plus tip per car. Makes it a great treat yourself thing or, a nice gift, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Makes an old car feel brand new. It's accessible, but it delivers real, tangible value and convenience.
$1,000 a day from 3 cars. That's serious potential. Okay, so from that hands-on service, we're going to pivot big time. Number 2 is something maybe more passive and honestly a bit surprising to see here, selling stock photos online.
Yeah, this one, I've got some reservations, I have to say. Historically, it's always been a tough game. Very high volume needed. I remember reading maybe back in 2016, someone crunched the numbers. Even with thousands of photos uploaded, you might only be making like $1,600 a month.
Oof, that's not great for thousands of images.
Exactly. And that was before AI image generation just exploded onto the scene. Now you've got AI that can whip up custom images for pennies instantly.
Wow.
Plus, the sheer volume of stock photos already out there, it's immense. Starting from scratch now, really, really challenging. Maybe, if you're already a great photographer, taking pics anyway, you could sell the extras.
Okay. So let's start this fresh and more leverage what you're already doing.
Pretty much. As a dedicated venture for someone new, I think the returns are likely diminishing. It's a tough path.
That makes sense. Okay, moving on. We've actually got 2 related ones here. Number 3 is crypto trading, and number 6 is crypto trading strategies. Seems like a lot of search interest there.
Right, and it's important to be clear here. Generally speaking, these aren't really side hustles in the way we usually think about them, Exchanging time or skill for somewhat predictable income, this is really more speculation. Or, honestly, sometimes it's closer to gambling. Now, things like crypto staking or yield farming ways to earn passively with crypto you hold, those are pretty hot a couple of years back.
I remember that.
Yeah, but they're, let's say, less popular today. Market's volatile. Regulations are shifting. Some big platforms went under. So while people are clearly searching for crypto trading, maybe lured by headlines or quick gain stories calling active trading a reliable side hustle, that's a stretch. It involves huge risk. It needs deep understanding, not just putting in hours.
So the search volume might be high, but it doesn't necessarily translate to a viable, stable side income for most people.
Precisely. It often reflects maybe wishful thinking or curiosity rather than a practical income strategy for the average person. Consistent profit in crypto trading, that's often a full-time, high-stress job.
Got it. Okay, let's shift back to services. Number 4, personal shopping service. My question here is there really enough demand for someone to start their own independent service? Seems niche.
That's the right question to ask. And the answer is nuanced. Sure, some very wealthy people might hire a house manager who does groceries and stuff, but for most people wanting to do this, the smart play, the viable play, is to sign up with the existing platforms. Think Instacart, Walmart Spark, Shipt. Those guys, they've already done the hard work.
Meaning they have the customers already.
Exactly. They have the app, the customer base, the payment system, the trust. You just plug in and do the shopping and delivery. Trying to build your own client list from zero for personal shopping, that's incredibly hard. These platforms give you instant access to work.
Right. Leverage the existing infrastructure.
Right.
Don't reinvent the wheel. That makes total sense. Which kind of leads into number 5, food delivery driver. This feels like the ultimate plug-and-play option. No real special skills needed up front.
You're spot on. Super easy entry. You can be earning money almost immediately, which is why it's great as a stopgap measure. You
Right.
know, need to make an extra $500 this month. This is a way to do it pretty quickly. And it's but your earning potential is generally capped probably somewhere between, say, $15 and $25 an hour, maybe. Depends on your area, tips, efficiency.
And you have expenses too, right?
Yeah.
Gas, car wear and tear.
Absolutely. You got to factor that in. Smart drivers stack orders, use multiple apps, know the peak times, the best zones. But still, there's a ceiling. It's definitely viable active income, but maybe not a path to building a big, scalable business.
Good for cash flow, limited growth.
Gotcha.
Okay, number 7. This one's a classic, always popular. Freelancing.
Freelancing. Yeah, this is such a powerful category because it's so broad, so adaptable. The basic idea is simple, right? Take a skill you already have learned at work, a hobby, whatever, and find people who need it. But the real opportunity now, I think, is identifying those in-demand skills. With remote work, there's huge need for virtual assistants, writers, marketers, designers. So many successful businesses actually start this way. Service first.
Yeah.
Build reputation. Then maybe productize or scale. And here's a cool thing. Sometimes you can even get paid to learn. Take on a project that stretches you a bit. You earn while you upskill.
I love that. Getting paid to develop your skills. That's brilliant. All right, number 8 showed big growth in searches, up 77% apparently. Sustainable investing strategies.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is, well, how do you make investing strategy a side hustle in the active sense? It's tricky. Usually investing works best as a side hustle if the goal is building cash flow, passive income. Not necessarily active trading for quick bucks. So for listeners, this might mean looking into, say, ESG ETFs, those funds focused on environmental, social governance factors for passive, values-aligned growth. Or maybe learning about income-generating real estate, buying property, renting it out, collecting that cash flow. These generate ongoing income, sure, but it's less about active hustling day to day and more about smart, long-term asset building, making your money work for you.
Right, the different mindset. Strategic wealth building, not just trading time for money immediately. Okay, number 9, this is where it gets really interesting for a lot of people, I think. Selling digital products.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. It is getting more competitive, no doubt. But the audience, the number of people buying digital stuff, that's growing too. So the market's robust. The core appeal is just so strong. Create something once, sell it over and over again. You do the work upfront, the writing, the design, the recording, whatever it is, and then it can potentially earn for you passively for a long time.
Any cool examples you've seen?
Totally. We heard about a woman, Becky, using AI to brainstorm product ideas for really specific niches. Found things she wouldn't have thought of, or Debbie, who made a template for holiday trivia games, created it once, then just adapted it slightly for Christmas, Easter, Halloween, sold it repeatedly. The big hurdle is often just getting started creating that first thing. But platforms like Etsy or your own website, or even teachers paid teachers for educational stuff, they make selling pretty straightforward once it's made.
That create one, sell often model is definitely appealing. Okay, finally, number 10, online tutoring. This feels like a really cool way to share knowledge.
It really is. It lets you take your academic background or even a specific skill or hobby and teach others. And the key here often is specializing. If you can focus on something like test prep, SATs, ACTs, or college admissions help, you can usually charge much higher rates than general homework help. The value is clearer.
Higher stakes, higher value.
Exactly. There was this great story about a guy, Carter, in Seattle. He niched way down into just college admissions essays, a niche within a niche, found another tutor who hated essay work, partnered up, got referrals. He actually started too cheap, like $70 an hour. People were suspicious.
No way, too cheap.
Yeah, he raised his rates to over $200 an hour, and business increased because clients perceived higher value. And it's not just one-on-one. You can create online classes too. There are platforms like OutSchool, focused on K-12. People teach everything from creative writing to building with Legos, even video game strategy, connecting with kids globally. It's scalable.
Wow, from essays to Legos.
Correct.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. 10 fast-growing areas based on search trends. What does this all mean for our listeners?
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you take this information and actually use it? We've seen a huge range, right? Hands-on services, digital skills, creative products, teaching. The key, I think, is to really look at this list and think critically. Which of these genuinely aligns with your skills? What actually interests you? What fits your financial goals? Not every trend is right for everyone.
Exactly. Don't just chase the trend. Find the intersection between the trend and you. So maybe the final thought to leave you with is this. What unique skill, or maybe passion, do you have that you haven't really thought of as a potential income stream? Could you combine that with one of these growing areas, convenience, digital skills, teaching, creating to build your next profitable side hustle in 2025? The possibilities are definitely out there.
And remember to subscribe to Smart Income Masters. We'll keep diving deep into ways to make money smarter. We're here to help you explore those possibilities.